Your problems aren't real. You might be sitting here and watching this video and subconsciously thinking of all the things going wrong in your life. And if I was to ask you, what are the things that are going well and what are things that are going wrong? You'll have a much longer list of the things going wrong. Whether it's house problems, relationship issues or lack of relationships, your boss or your work, your car, your financial issues, illnesses and health or addiction and so on. It's important that you realize none of these circumstances are painful in and of themselves. They simply exist, and the problem is your assumption about how things should be, which creates real pain, hence expectations. These are your beliefs about what you need to be happy. The upside is that while you can't change several things at once, you can change your expectations and beliefs about how the world needs to be. If you don't always expect to have no issues, or that people will always treat you well, or that you'll live always a happy and healthy life without any injuries or any problems in your life ever, or ever have financial problems or difficulties, then you'll probably save yourself a lot of pain. It's of course good to live a life, and a long life especially, but not everyone does. The way I see it is that events in your life have really no meaning until you interpret them. You decide whether they are good or bad based upon your beliefs, and you then feel emotions based upon the interpretation of these as well. An example is about the weather. A farmer's crops are drying up. When they look out the window and see that it's raining, they're extremely happy about it. However, a family not far away is looking out the window and they feel this grief and sadness as well, because they had planned a picnic for several weeks and now those plans are simply ruined. It's the same weather or scenario experienced by both, but two completely different interpretations, with two very different emotions experienced. There's always a winner and loser in every single situation of life. Just like it could have been the other way around, where it's sunny and the farmer is suffering because his crops are drying out and they're dying out, and would have experienced grief, whereas the family would have been filled with joy to go out for the picnic. This is simply the nature and cycle of life, and hence we can't have fixed expectations. Something that might be bad for someone might be good for someone else. So that doesn't mean you shouldn't feel sad or happy, but you should take a step back from those feelings and realize that they're really a product of your beliefs and expectations. When you worry about pain and negative emotions, you simply make them worse and more powerful, especially when you keep repeating the narrative and interpreting them, which makes the emotions that you experience much more intense. This doesn't help, but only increase your suffering as your attachment to it increases as well and scales. Complaining won't change anything, but managing and adjusting your expectations will reduce the burden of your experience. An action step is to make a list of your expectations and beliefs. What is it that you are trying to protect? Can you let go of these beliefs? And what would you be without the belief? What expectations do you also hold as well? Because those expectations are what only creates your suffering, as you only get disappointed. So this was part 5 of Emotional Mastery series. And if you enjoyed this video, then like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next part.